Greetings! Another pickups video. This is a pickups video 1 of 2. That's because I've got, got quite a bit to show, and I've recorded this video once before, and it turned out to be about 38 minutes long with everything. This shouldn't be. I've split it into 2 videos for a reason, not because it was too long. It's because for some reason, I don't know whether people are having this problem or whether it was just me or whether it was just, it's only ever happened once, but I got an error in the processing of the video, it said, and it failed to upload. I don't know whether it's because it was like 38 minutes long, but it's never happened before when I've been close to it, like 34 minutes. So I think it might have just been a bit of a glitch. So I thought, you know what, it's too long anyway. This is probably going to be same fucking amount of time with half at games. There's about 20 games here that I've had since, a lot's happened in the gaming world since I last did a pickups video. Switch 2 has been officially announced, and then quite a few Nintendo Direct things have come out about it. I was excited about getting one initially. No, I'm not bothered. I am bothered. I will get one, but I'm not interested at launch. There's nothing at launch I'm interested in. Mario Kart looks amazing, but I remember getting Mario Kart 8 initially on the Wii U, played it to death, had a lot of good nights on it, you know, playing online. And I've recently, only like a couple of months ago, picked it up on Switch. I held off on it because I thought, well, I've played it to death, this game, and I got the complete copy on Switch with all the DLC. Actually, with 5 DLCs, I think there's 6. I think I got the copy what's missing 1 DLC. And I played it a little bit, and it's just like, yeah, I've done it before. So I'm just kind of like, it looks brilliant, Mario Kart World, but I'm not as excited as I should be for it. And I'm just disappointed at the lineup, really. I thought they would have had at least about, I don't know, 4 or 5 first-party games coming out straight away. But just having one initially, I think it's a bit weak. And there's the whole thing about game key cards and stuff like that. That seems to be getting a lot of traction and negativity, you know, for collectors and stuff like that, which I've bounced to and fro from. I kind of went all digital a couple of years ago. You know, with the Xbox and the PS5, just you know, just giving into, you know, we live in a digital world, and so I thought you might as well, you know, embrace it, kind of thing. But then I got a Switch, like I said, last year, Black Friday. I'd already built up a Switch collection in anticipation for the Switch 2. I thought that would have been coming a year earlier than this, to be fair. So I'd already got a collection of games. I couldn't tell you how many that I've been picking up along the way, but never had anything to play them on. Where am I going with this? So yeah, so in short, I think, and again with the Switch library on the Switch 2, it's kind of half hardware, half emulation, and there's like compatibility issues of some games that they know of, some they don't. So I thought, you know what, I'm not in any rush for it. I didn't pre-order the Switch 2. I have pre-ordered a couple of accessories for it, thinking I was going to get the Switch 2 as well, but the more things come out about it, not the machine itself, granted, but the machine, I mean, the machine is nothing without software, right? Without games. You can have the best machine ever. If there's shit games on it, then essentially it's a shit machine. So I'm happy to wait. I've got that many Switch games anyway. So yeah, it's just put me off a little bit. A lot of things, like I said, the game key cards and all the things that... No, I'm not into that. I want full on-cart games. That's probably the reason why I don't buy a lot of PS4, PS5 stuff now, because I want everything on the disc. If it's not on the disc, I'm not interested. However, if I can't get it on Switch, I will pick it up on PS5, PS4 to play it if I'm interested in that game kind of thing, and it's not available on Switch. There you go. Shall we get into pickups? So I went to, so there's 20 in this one. I'm going to record another one with another, I think 20 or 19. So first ones, we're all over at shop here with these. All Nintendo. So if you're not interested in that, you won't like this. So first one is I went to my first gaming market ever. There was one near me in Bolton. And I believe it was the first time that it's ever been up there. And it's the... What do you call them? Is it retro events? Retro replay? Retro... I don't know, but they do events all around the country. And they had one in Bolton for the first time a couple of months ago now, I think it was. And I went there, you know, because I'm not picking up anything retro, so I thought, you know, if there's any DS, 3DS games there that I'm interested in at a good price, or Switch at a push, then we'll have a look. I was interested in getting, but now I will talk about this. So I've seen a lot of. I was interested in getting a modded like DS, 3DS, no, GBA, something like, you know, ones with IPS screen and like with a fancy case, and I thought, you know, that might tickle me fancy. So I took some cash from me for it, not knowing the prices, by the way. And I went in. I overall enjoyed the event. As it was my first one, my eyes were glued to the stalls, trying to walk around, trying to bundle my way in through the people. And one person shouted my name. I thought, oh, who the fuck is... You know, you don't look at the people behind the stalls. And it was Tutu UK. Hello, Stu. If you're watching, you won't be. Yeah, I spotted Stu there. I was surprised to see him, to be fair. And he said that Dana was meant to be there with hidden chest gaming, but he broke down. I didn't see any YouTubers there or anything like that. I believe I have watched some videos of a few people. And overall, people were saying like it was overpriced and things like this. I thought, well, okay, but what do you expect when you go into these events? What do you expect? Do you expect them to be cheaper than eBay prices? Let's be realistic. They're not going to be. You know, so I thought, why are you complaining? Why are people complaining? I didn't get it. So I only picked up one game from there. And it's a game I've never ever seen in the wild, ever. I'm not saying it's hard to get, because it's not. But I never see it on, like, if I go on the game collection, or if I go on Video Games Plus or Play Asia, just don't see this game. And it was 20 quid. And it is, as you can see there, 20 quid. And it is the Wonderful 101. So pick that up. I do remember getting this on the Wii U when it come out and not playing it. I think I just got it on launch day and then never ended up getting round to it. I'm not too sure what it's like. I do know that it's by Platinum Games, one of my favourite developers, because Bayonetta, for me, is the greatest game of all time. The first one. Second one, I absolutely love as well. I haven't played the third one yet. I got the third one, but I haven't played it yet. So yeah, pick this up at Bolton Gaming Market. But like I say, overall, I enjoyed the day. I enjoyed it, you know. But I was going to say, what really, I talk about prices and I didn't mind, you know, I expected it. What I didn't expect there was a store with those GBAs that I'm talking about on, and I'm sure they were like 280 quid, something like 250 quid, and I thought, what? You must be out of your fucking mind. I thought they'd be like 150 tops, but they were like £200, about what my valuation in my head thought it would be, so that was a no-go. So I will complain about those prices, because when I did get home, I thought, let me have a look on eBay, because I never looked on eBay at these systems, and they were about the 150 price, to be fair. So what the fuck they're doing at that retro, I don't. And to be fair, they look fantastic what they've done. So it is what it is. There's my complaint about it. So next game on the list is a 3DS game. I did think initially I got this at a good price. I finished the Wii version of this. I think it's absolutely fantastic. It's got some of the best music in the game, I think. I just absolutely love this game. And it's Kirby's Extra Epic Yarn. This one I'm not finished yet. Got this for about 37 quid. Something like that. And the listing for this, which is a good price for this to be fair, it's cheaper than CEX. But I think I got this, I say so cheap, it's still 37, 36 quid or whatever it was. But the listing was quite bizarre. The listing was like, it was kind of said that there was sticker residue or something, and that they kind of worded it that last time they played this it worked, but if it doesn't now, tough, there's no returns kind of thing. Not words like that, but that's how it was kind of made out. So I think it kind of put a lot of people off, but they did show like a picture of a 3DS in the listing with this cartridge in the console, and it was working. And I just thought, I think it's put people off here, and I couldn't see any sticker residue at all. And I thought they might have thought, I thought it was on the cart or the case, but nothing. It's absolutely fine. So I got that. One more 3DS game, a game that absolutely loved this series, and I thought I'm going to get it. Took a chance on this because it came from eBay's Music Magpie account, so I wasn't sure condition wise what this would be like because they just use stock photos, but I do remember playing this, and I remember absolutely loving it until I got to a level, and I think I remember being on some sort of pirate ship, and it was bloody hard. So, and I think I was close to completion maybe. But fantastic game. So it's Fire Emblem Awakening. I mean, this is a proper Fire. I mean, they're all proper, but I know they did the Birthright and Conquest on 3DS, which is like connecting stories, if you will. But I think Birthright's the weaker of the games. So, but this is like a standalone Fire Emblem. But yeah, brilliant game. So I thought I'd get that back. Not actively going for 3DS stuff. Just a couple. Well, the games I want are the most expensive games, would you believe? Next game I got from sale. There's quite a few. I don't know what's in this bundle. I've just picked up a bundle, to be fair, of games. So this was on sale. Red Art Games were on the sale. I think I picked up about 7 or 8 games from them. And this was one of them. This was €25, about 22 quid. And it's quite a recent-ish release. And it's the, I don't know what you call it, limited edition, collector's edition. Exclusive edition, it says on the back. And it's Brock the Investigator. Kind of a point and click game where there's slight action bits, like beat 'em up bits in it. But yeah, I think it's just got an artwork book in this, so there, it's exclusive edition, it says there. Edition, yeah. Yeah, I think it's just got an artwork book. I think that's the only thing about it that's limited, plus the case, of course. The next limited edition game, this one, I ordered this in December last year from Video Games Plus. But I ordered this with some other games here. Again, with Video Games Plus, I've mentioned before, if you order like 5 or 6 games that are in stock, and then you order a pre-order game, the whole order will only get shipped when that pre-order game has been released. The pre-order game that I ordered was called Flint. Flint, it had another name, and it was like a pirate game, like a top-down kind of Diablo stylish RPG, but pirate game. Now it's been released on Xbox and PS4, 5, or 4, 5, both maybe. I was waiting for the Switch version, but I got an email from Video Games Plus saying that it had been cancelled due to having no publisher. So maybe the Switch version isn't coming out right now anyway. So a few games from that order got sent. Again, I don't know what I've got in this little bundle I've put to the side here. So this was one of them, I know that. And it's Broforce, the deluxe edition. Includes Broforce Forever update, so it's got the update on it. I think again in this, it's just an artwork book, and of course the case that makes it a kind of limited edition, I guess, or special edition. So yeah, so I've not played this yet. This is only just come actually, so got that. This next one's a bit confusing to me. I'll show you what it is. It's Rocket Knight Adventures Respark. Now, I love Rocket Knight Adventures, great game. Never really played. Well, this. Let me explain what's on this, and then. So I was under the impression there was 2 Rocket Knight games, right? But it says Rocket Knight Adventures Respark contains Rocket Knight Adventures, okay, Sparkster Rocket Knight Adventures 2, okay, and Sparkster in one package, it says. So I just thought there was Rocket Knight Adventures and Sparkster Rocket Knight Adventures 2. But according to this, there's a third game called Sparkster on its own. So I don't know which I've played, whether it's Sparkster or Rocket Knight Adventures 2 Sparkster, or whether there's a difference. I don't know. It's quite heavy, this one. All right, yeah. So you get like a little comic book inside. It's got a bit of weight to it, and it's got a reversible cover, which I'm going to do now because I prefer that one. So that's what it comes with. Let's reverse this cover because I prefer that cover. Reminds me of the Mega Drive. I'm sure that's like the original cover. Sure it is, or the top bit anyway. Yeah. So that's the reverse cover. Rocket Knight Respark limited run. I've never bought anything from limited run. I might have. I have. I think I've got a couple of games on pre-order, but I don't think they're coming out to end this year, and I can't see what they are. But right now, I haven't got anything from Limited Run. What I've got from Limited Run here, they're all from like Video Games Plus. They must get a stock in from them. Next game I've got is I have never played this series in my life. Shock horror. There was a video about I think Metal Jesus did a video recently about games that you've never played but maybe you should have done, and this is probably one of them for me, and it's Red Dead Redemption, which includes the Undead Nightmare. Yeah, never played. Funny thing with me, Rockstar, like GTA games and stuff like that, I'm not really fussed. I don't know why. I think it's the open worldness. Never been one for open world games, if I'm honest. Hence, 2 more games that I own. I've never played Zelda Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom yet. I love Zelda, never played those yet. So yeah, anyway, got that. This next game, I remember Wooly Weeble, Duncan, he'd come into the chat when I was playing some random Switch games once. And he seemed to like this. He mentioned it to me. He said, "Have I played it?" He said, "It's a good game, like." And I mentioned it to him. I said, "Yeah, I have. I couldn't get into it, but I didn't give it time." And what it was is I played it on Game Pass. I keep saying Game Pass. I don't play Xbox. Played it on PlayStation Plus. Beautiful to look at, but nothing really happened. So I thought, this isn't for me. So I turned it off after like 20 minutes or something like that. But it's so well regarded. And this came up as a reprint of Video Games Plus. At the time I was looking, I thought, you know what, I'm going to get it and give it a proper go. Because I believe it's a short game as well. 3-4 hours maybe. I don't know how many hours, if I'm honest. But I believe it's a shortish game. And it's Gris. Which I do know that the Never, however you pronounce it, has just been released. Which I'm going to hold off on, because if I don't enjoy this, there's no point me getting that. So I will give this another go. This game I picked up from the Red Out game sale. It was one I wanted for a little while, actually. I have had my eye on this game. It's kind of like it reminds me of Castlevania a bit, but it's not Castlevania, but it reminds me of that. And if you know what this is, you'll probably understand. And it's Super Zangura. It's a side-scrolling, like I say, Castlevania. But it looks really good. It looks really good. Yeah, so I picked that up in the... This one was I can't remember, maybe 20 euros. So it's 17 quid, something like that. But yeah, again, it's a game I don't see too often. So I got that. This is a game... I have recently played this, actually, and I can't quite put my finger. So this came last week. Yeah, last week. This is a game that I had on pre-order. This is the Japanese version. I don't think there's another one. And it is... I don't know what this came out on originally. Was it the Super Nintendo or something like that? And it is the Night Slashers remake. I didn't know anything about this except that it was like a Final Fight, Streets of Rage-esque kind of beat 'em up, and which it is. And I had a quick go on it, and I like it, and it's a bit. I didn't know the context of it, so you're kind of fighting zombies and vampires. Those are your enemies. Hence the Night Slashers, I guess. I'm enjoying it, but it just seems quite cheap, if that makes sense. It's kind of like a cel-shaded graphics, if you will. But everything, I don't know, it seems quite cheap. But I am enjoying it. It's alright, it's quite good. If you like your Streets of Rage beat-em-ups. This one I got off Amazon. It happened to be on sale. Randomly looking through Amazon for sales. I didn't know about this. I'll show you what it is. It's Wizardry, Proving Grounds of the Mad Overlord. What I didn't know, I checked out footage, and it's like a dungeon crawler, a bit like Orcs and Elves on the DS, or Dungeon Keeper from back in the day. What I didn't know is this is a game from back in the day. So when you put this on, I've had a brief look at it. when you put this on, it says that it's a remaster of the Apple II 1981 game. So I didn't know that. I just thought this was a brand new game. Another collection here from back in the past. It is the Jurassic Park collection. Again, I got this from Amazon cheap. It was on sale. Funnily enough, interestingly enough, on the back here, it tells you there's 7 games in one, as you can see, and it says that you get Jurassic Park Portable. It says you get Jurassic Park 8-bit, you get Jurassic Park 16-bit, then you get Jurassic Park the Genesis version, then you get Jurassic Park Rampage Genesis version, then you get Jurassic Park 2 Chaos Continues Portable, and you get Jurassic Park 2 The Chaos Continues 16-bit. Now, they mention the Genesis by name, but the others are Game Boy and SNES. But they don't mention Game Boy and SNES, but it is on Switch. So I don't know what the license is behind that, but it's a bit strange. Another remasters. This is one I wasn't really interested in initially. Again, this was on sale, but I did check this out to see if the controls have been updated, and they have. So I'll give it a go. And it's Tomb Raider 1, 2 and 3. I haven't played any of these since the initial, when they first came out, if you will. And if you know what I mean by controls, you know the Resident Evil going up to go up and down, then you turn and then you go up to, you know what I'm talking about. Talking about. So I got that. This one is another funny one. Super cheap off eBay. I got this. This is the German version, as you can see. If you can't, it is. It's Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. I played this. It's a funny game for me. I played this, really, really good game. And then I finished it. But I played it for about 3-4 hours and finished it. But I got a bad ending. If anyone's played this, you'll understand, because I don't. But I got this bad ending where it didn't make sense. I think it carried on, but I'd finished it. And I don't know what happened. It was weird. But I know that it was a bad ending, but I need to go back and play this. But yeah, very, very good game. Brilliant. This is it's a short game, I believe, about 10 hours. And it's a Pokemon-esque game called Coraman. Another game that, like I say, I was waiting for a while. But it looked alright, so I thought I'd give it a go. And like I say, it's a shorter version of a Pokemon game. This is a game I got because I recently were playing this on 3DS. And it's funny thing is, I recently playing this on the 3DS and I thought, oh, I quite like this. This is quite good. I thought I'll get it on Switch because I'd seen it for about a tenner on Video Games Plus, but never went for it. So after playing the 3DS, I thought, no, I'm having it. And today there's been an update for the Switch where it's now got the Game Share feature on the menu, on the home screen. So I just clicked on it out of curiosity just to see what games could Game Share. This game was on my list. So I must have bought it digitally, dead cheap, but never played the fucker. Which is probably going to be like this. And it's a Mutant Muds collection. So this gets Mutant Muds Super Challenge, which I presume is going to be a harder version of Mutant Muds. And it's got a game called Mud Blocks, which looks like a Puzzle League kind of Tetris-y affair. So got that. This is another game I had on pre-order, and interestingly enough, I went on, Corbana picked this up, I think, and he said that it was part of a world, so he thought he'd pick it up. So apparently this game is part of the Sea of Stars world, which I've completed a couple of times on, I think, Xbox and PS5, when I did have play on the Xbox. I've got it on Switch, I haven't played it yet, and it's absolutely fantastic. And he picked this up, Cabana, and said he's got this because it's in the Sea of Stars universe, and he likes Sea of Stars. And I thought, well, this game is fuck all to do with Sea of Stars, and it doesn't even, it's not in the same universe. So I thought, nah, he's wrong. Turns out I'm wrong. I watched another guy with another video picking up this game, says it's from the Sea of Star universe. I thought, what the hell? So who knew? Who knew? And it is The Messenger. Again, this was going for quite high price, like 100 quid, 90 quid. But it got a reprint. As I've always said, wait for the reprints. And this was like 20 quid, 22 quid. I think you can even get it off Amazon now for 22 quid. So yeah, so nothing like Sea of Stars, but in the same universe apparently. But it is by, as of a looking now, the same developers, obviously. Sabotage. Is it Sabotage? Yeah. So yeah, so picked up The Messenger. This game I know nothing about. Again, a Red Earth Games sale. I think this was like 10 euros, 8 quid. And it's Ravita. Know nothing about this. Again, another game, another 10 quid game from Red Earth Games. I know nothing about it. It is Gunborg, Dark Matters. That one feels weighty. What is that? There's quite a thick manual in there. Yeah. Just says arcade style action pack platformer. And lastly, a game that in America it's been causing a bit of a fuss because it got released and copies were sold out. They didn't do a big enough print of this in the US, it seems. Over here in Europe, fine. But I don't think they realised how popular it will be. And it is the Lunar Remaster Collection. Yeah, so it's by Gung Ho. And I believe that over there, like I said, it's sold out. And copies of this were going for like $120. So over 100 quid on eBay. I believe that problem's been solved now. And there is a reprint coming, or it has been. Or something like that. Or, you know, they've realised the mistake. And maybe it wasn't as popular over here when it got released last week or the week before. I haven't played these games originally on the PS1. I do remember 2TUK getting these. I remember watching one of his videos and he picked them up, the big box PS1 games, and it piqued my interest then. And when I saw this coming out, I thought, I know what that is, but never played them. So that's it. So I got that. And that is it for this pickups video. I will do a part 2. So this is part 1. I'll get the part 2 out this week. And that's it. So thanks for watching. And thanks for being yourselves.